Hey buddies, welcome back to Masterandlearnit. Have you ever wondered how to tell if a number is divisible by 8 without actually doing the long division? If you really have a challenge with that, stick around and I'll show you how to do the easiest trick in just under 1 minute. So here is the rule that we have to do. So today we're learning about the divisibility rule by 8, a trick that we can just employ and use to tell if a number is divisible by 8 without actually having to calculate that using long division. So here's the rule. If the last 3 digits of the number is divisible by 8, that's pretty simple. Check the last 3 digits. These are the last 3 digits. These are the last 3 digits, and the whole number makes up the last 3 digits. So just pick the last 3 digits and check if those last 3 digits are divisible by 8. But here's a difficult part where most of us might get stuck. How will I even know if 200 is divisible by 8? How will I even know if 648 is still divisible by 8? Yes, I picked the last 3 digits, but they're still big. How would you find that? So I made a simple trick right here to say, if the last 3 digits are still big for you to notice whether they can be divisible by 8, relax and see what you can do. You can either choose to take the last 3 digits, divide that last 3 digits by 2, 3 times in a row. So that means I'm going to divide 200 by 2. That's one time. The answer I get, I divide it by 2. That's the second time. And the answer I get, I divide it by 2. And if I divide any number, actually the last 3 digits, if I divide the last 3 digits of a number by 2 in a row, dividing it 3 times without getting a remainder, that means that number is divisible by 8. That's pretty simple, right? So let me just remind you the divisibility rule by 2. We know how to check the divisibility rule by 2. I made a previous a video on divisibility rule, but just a recap. If you want to check if a number is divisible by 2, the last digits must end up with a 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. If these are the last digits, if the number ends with a 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, it is divisible by 2. So let's just jump right in. 1200 is it divisible by 8? Underline the last 3 digits, which is 200. I don't even know if 200 is divisible by 8. So I'm going to divide 200 by 2 3 times in a row. Okay, so what's 200 divided by 2? We know it's 100. So this is my first attempt. I go for the second attempt. 100 divided by 2, I know it's 50. That's my second attempt. And 50 divided by 2 is 25. That's my third attempt. 1, 2, 3. So if a number is divisible by 2 3 times, or if the last 3 digits are divisible by 2 3 times in a row, that means it is divisible by 8. Super cool, isn't it? So that means this number, yes, is divisible by 8. How about the next one? So let me pick this one, which is the last 2 digits of 2642, taking the last 2 digits is 642. Is it divisible by 2? Yes, it ends with a 2. So let me divide by 2 for the first time. So 2 into 6, that's 3. 2 into 4, that's 2. 2 into 2, that's 1. So now I get 321. Is 321 divisible by 2 for the second time? Not really. Why? Because it ends with 1, and numbers that are divisible by 2 must end with a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. So that means this number is not divisible by 8. But if it was going to be divided by 2 3 times, it was going to be divisible by 8 as well. How about 100? I'm going to leave this for you to try. So do it, drop in the comments and tell me whether 100 is divisible by 8. You have to divide 100 by 2 3 times in a row. And if you don't get a remainder, that means that number is divisible by 8. That's a pretty short video, and this is how you can tell any number. So we said take the last 3 digits, divide them by 2 3 times, and if you don't get a remainder, that means that number is divisible by 8. This is Master and Learn It. This is where we make learning fun and enjoying. If you find this video to be really super cool, please give this video a big thumbs, share the video to your friends, always subscribe to Master and Learn It, where we make learning enjoyable and fun. See you in the next video.